boxers to the ring in this, our main event of the evening, the WBO Featherweight Championship of the World. First, please welcome tonight's challenger, the former two-time world champion from Mexico, introducing Manuel Medina.
Complete with sombrero, Manuel Medina, the tough, experienced Mexican who's held two versions of the world featherweight title, arrives in the arena. He's had 59 fights, he's been a pro for 11 years, and in all that time, he's been stopped only twice, and then, he says, only by injuries. He's been in with all the top featherweights, and if Nassim Hamed can blast out this man, he really will prove himself, even to the doubting Thomases, as the most explosive puncher in the featherweight division. But Manuel Medina, I think, on paper anyway, represents the toughest test so far for Britain's young star. Agree, Glenn?
Yes, very much so. A two-time world champion, very respectable, good boxer, very good credentials, and he's been around the game, very experienced.
And look at the Cutsman. I don't know if he's got any connections with Scotland. That's Chuck Bodak. Very Gallic look to his arrival. Top American Cutsman Chuck Bodak working in the corner with Manuel Medina, who is a very tough nut to crack.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his way to the ring, here is the defending one-of-a-kind WBO Featherweight Champion of the World, Prince Nassim Hamed.
The Prince arrives to the topically favourite band Oasis. Tonight, no sedan chair, just an ordinary dignified walk to the ring, which many would say is exactly how it should be. A young man from Sheffield, again being watched by American TV tonight. Last time out, they saw him floored for the first time in his career. Their verdict, exciting, charismatic, but not totally convincing. Will he convince them tonight?
Well, I think he was convincing in the way he got up in dispatch with Alicia. That was what was convincing. He went down, but he got up, and that's the mark of a champion.
And it has to be said that Prince Nassim Hamed is arriving here to a very mixed reaction from the Dublin crowd, Glenn.
Yes, he is. There's a few boos and a few cheers, and it is quite a mixed reception. I think his arrogance does not go down with everybody. Some like it and some don't.
Well, this could be the Eubank phenomenon revisited, couldn't it? A lot of people turned up to watch Eubank's fights in the fervent hope of seeing him put in his place. Well, they like that, all right. I think Frank Warren and Prince Nassim's answer to the mixed reaction would be, never mind all that, look at the box office takings. That's the tale of the tape. Medina is 29 now. Prince Nassim Hamed much the younger man. Medina, look at that, with a big height and reach advantage. How significant might that be, I wonder? "59 fights for Medina. Very experienced at World Championship level. He's much more experienced than Prince Nassim. But look at Hamed's knockout percentage, 90%. Only 2 men have gone the distance with him so far. The rule's mandatory count, no standing 8. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop it. And the bell will save a fighter only in the last round. Prince Nassim Hamed continues to go through his disco dancing routine. Did that knockdown last time suggest he has a weak chin, or did he really prove his quality by getting up and knocking out Daniel Alicia in the very next round? More answers coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen in attendance, boxing fans joining us across the UK on Sky Sports, and sports fans joining us around the world. We welcome you to the Point in beautiful Dublin, Ireland, for the featured attraction of the evening, brought to you by Frank Warren's Sports Network and Don King Productions, as sponsored by Adidas and NBC. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the World Boxing Organization, President Francisco Valcarcel, Supervisor at ringside Nick Karasiotis, along with the Boxing Union of Ireland Chairman Nick Moore, President Mel Crystal. Our physicians at ringside, Jack Phillips and David O'Flaherty. Timekeeper at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, Dale Elliott. Introducing to you our judges scoring this bout from ringside, Stan Gallup, Mike Gliana, and Frank Skilbred. Introducing to you our referee in charge, we have Gino Rodriguez. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime! With the WBO Featherweight Championship of the World, scheduled 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing gold trunks with red trim, hailing from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. He weighed in at a ready 8 stone, 13 3/4 pounds, or 125 3/4 U.S. pounds. His record stands at 52 wins, 7 losses, 23 wins coming by way of knockout. And dedicating his efforts to his Irish fans, tonight's challenger is attempting to earn his 3rd world title. Please welcome the 2-time featherweight champion of the world, introducing Manuel Mantecas Medina. And his opponent across the ring, presenting the defending champion on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing gold trunks, black trim, hailing from his hometown of Sheffield, England, and proudly representing his heritage of Yemen. He weighed in at 9 stone even, with a featherweight limit of 126 U.S. pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with 22 wins, no losses, 20 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making the 3rd defense of his crown, here is one of boxing sensations, the colorful WBO featherweight champion of the world, introducing the one and only Prince Nassim Hamed. Once again, our referee in charge, Gino Rodriguez.
Okay, Nassim, I give you instructions. Manuel, dale instrucciones. Protect yourself at all times, Nassim. Manuel, protege todo el tiempo. Obey my commands at all times. Manuel, obedece las instrucciones todo el tiempo. Buena suerte, good luck.
A leer on the face of Prince Nassim during those final instructions, but Medina, well, world-class men like Troy Dorsey, Steve Cruz, Tom Johnson, John Molina, Juan Polo Perez, Alejandro Gonzalez, Fabrice Benichot, and Lucito Espinosa. They couldn't stop Medina. Will Hamed do it? Slight delay as a bit of wire intrudes into the ring. Remember that the Prince was put on the floor by Daniel Alicia in his last fight. Tall, rangy Medina, not known as a big puncher, but awkward and busy, and of proven world quality. He was a world champion as recently as last year. 29 now. Prince Nassim, 22, thunderous puncher. Left hand there from that crazy, unusual angle from Prince Nassim. Angles that some other fighters never seem to dream of. He went for a really big left hand there. Hamed says he'll get this job done inside 2 rounds.
You wonder what Medina can make of this style of Hamed. It's a very unorthodox style. Gives all sorts of angles, often off balance. But wherever he is, he carries a good punch.
Can he make it tell? Medina with fast hands as well. He's beaten some very, very good men. Gets in with a left to the body. Hasn't really found his timing as yet, Hamed. Quite confident look about Medina. But so there has been about some previous Hamed opponents, and then he's just taken them out with his power.
Well, Medina not giving Hamed an easy target. He's keeping on the move, using his height, using his reach, just trying to get them quick punches in, having some success from Medina here.
Medina got in with 2 head punches, and signs once again that Hamed is perhaps not quite as elusive as we've been used to seeing earlier on in his career. Medina, make no mistake, will have done his homework. Big reach disadvantage for Hamed. He's got to kind of jump in with his punches to get there and land them. Medina got a pretty warm reception. A big left hand got in there from Hamed, and then a right, and Medina took those punches well. Reputation of being durable. He hasn't been stopped for 7 years, Medina, and in all that time, or most of it anyway, he's been mixing with the top featherweights around.
This is good tactics from Medina. He's given Hamed plenty of angles, making Hamed come to him and making Hamed miss quite badly at times.
Good right uppercut inside there from Hamed. Well, this could boil up into an interesting fight.
Yeah, rather 600. Okay.
Welcome back. Didn't have things all his own way in that opening round. Prince Nassim Hamed, and chance between the rounds of Wayne McCulloch, the big Irish favourite, who is trying to get Hamed in the same ring. Here's the second round. Medina in the yellow and red. Very tall featherweight. In his 60th professional fight tonight.
Medina landing a couple of punches here from long range, just quick little short chops, and giving Hamed plenty of movement.
And when Hamed dives in, he's got to be careful that he's not caught by the counter punches from Medina. Medina is not noted as a heavy hitter. He does have a tendency to cut up in his fights, though. I suppose one of the questions about Medina might be, after so many fights in top class, whether he isn't quite the fighter he used to be. This is the favourite round for Prince Nassim Hamed to finish off his opponents. He's won 9 times in his career in this round. Not a good left hand landed there, but it was easily absorbed by this durable Mexican.
Both of them just looking for openings here, using their reflexes to avoid punches. Both look quick, both look sharp.
Good left hand inside there, and again the right hand from Hamed. Gets through again, and once again Medina just takes it, then doubles up on the jab. Better stuff, better timing now from Hamed in this second round.
Yes, he's not trying so hard, Hamed. He's just waiting a little bit more for Medina. Before he was really reaching and he was missing. Now he's catching punches a lot better.
There's a long way to go, but might this be the night when Hamed finds out that pure explosive power won't get every job done? When he might have to go a longer route. Blood coming now from the nose of Medina. And a good right hand from Hamed, who's just beginning, you feel, to find his rhythm. It's taken him a bit of time, but that's often the way with him.
And there's blood around the face of Medina.
This is the round he predicted he'd win. The left hand puts Medina down. Is he going to be able to get up from that? Yes, he does. Oh, he's all over the place. Very unsteady on his legs. It'll be a mandatory 8 count. There's only 10 seconds left in the round. And the final bell can't come quick enough for Medina. Hamed looking to finish him off in round 2. But I think the bell's going to come for the Mexican. Any second now, another right hand, another left hand. And Medina gets through. But Prince Nassim Hamed was so close to the second round victory that he predicted beforehand.
He showed his skills there. He shows he has the power. Very quick reflexes. He just looked in that second round that he started to relax a little bit more, started to catch his punches, get Medina more and more, and then he leaps in, this big left hand right on the top of the forehead, and over Medina goes. With Naz, he's putting so much into the punch there, he follows over on top of him.
It was the left hand, and I thought he was going to squash him for a moment, but it takes something to put Medina down. But Hamed's power told yet again. He is probably the hardest hitting featherweight in the world, Hamed. He hasn't won in the second, but might he do it in the third?
Well, there was damage around the face, and Medina was starting to get hit more and more. And now Hamed has hurt him.
This is a very proud warrior, this Mexican. He's had crises before. Good right hand, and Hamed took that well.
And it still has to remember the quality of opposition that he's in with and not take any chances.
Lunges rather there, Hamed. Didn't find the target. Hints of cuts around the face already of Medina. And again, chance of Wayne McCulloch coming up from the Irish fans. And he, I'm told, has just arrived and is watching this. Also at ringside we have the former world heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson, who's on holiday in Ireland. The crowd are almost taunting Hamed. Might it be a motivating factor for him? Being made to miss a lot, Hamed. The timing that was there in round 2 has suddenly deserted him in the third.
This round he's gone looking for Medina a little bit more, and the timing hasn't been there. I think he should just wait for Medina coming to him and then pick him off.
He's having to reach with the punches and almost lunge in with them, but that is largely because of the height and reach of this awkward Mexican.
Medina keeping the target moving, lots of movement around the ring, in and out, just trying to stab with that long jab.
Short little right hand from Medina, who doesn't look to have been overawed or phased in any way by the knockdown. He's just got up and got on with it.
And the right hand seemed a good punch from Medina, just made Hamed think for a little while.
And caught on the counter again. Again, the left hook again comes in from Hamed. Medina, though, hardly blinks as it lands. Hamed does know that he has the power to put this Mexican on the floor. Can he do it again?
Hamed has to concentrate more on the defense, being a little careless in there with Medina.
Got through with the left hand. Good shot, that one. But a better round from Medina, that. Back to the point in Dublin, there's a big atmosphere here as Ernie Fossey works away in the corner. There is Wayne McCulloch, another Irish world champion, like Steve Collins, who's working with us tonight. And big chance for him from the crowd. They want to see Prince Nassim against Wayne McCulloch in the ring. But first, Hamed has the little matter of disposing of Manuel Medina. Left hand, just caught Hamed off balance. Sometimes his balance isn't everything it should be, Hamed. That works for him sometimes when he's throwing punches from odd angles, but defensively, it could catch him out.
That's right, sometimes it goes against him. He lunges in and he doesn't seem to have his eyes on his opponent. He's trying to get so much power in his punches, he's wide open at times.
This may well be the most instructive fight yet in assessing Hamed's true abilities at the top level. Caught with the right hand, left his chin out to dry a bit, and against a heavier hitter, he would not be able to take that kind of liberty. What would an Azuma Nelson have done there?
Well, you can see Medina really up for this fight, using the ring very well, in and out, sharp shooting punches.
So workmanlike Medina, and all the time Hamed looking for angles to explode those heavier shots of his.
And Hamed just a bit too relaxed, just not getting his punches off. Medina's movement certainly giving him problems.
Scheduled to go 12 rounds, and Prince Nassim Hamed has only gone that route once against Vincenzo Belcastro when he won the European Championship. But that was 12 easy paced rounds as far as he was concerned. Caught by a big right counter that time was Hamed. And once again you ask the question, if that was a heavier puncher, and once again he gets through with right hands. He's getting caught too much. His own timing is a bit awry, Hamed, and there are one or two little danger signals flashing here at the moment for him.
He's certainly getting caught with too many punches in this round. His balance is bad, his defenses are right off.
Medina's quite mobile and elusive himself. His lateral movement is good. And if Hamed lunges and makes a mistake, the Mexican rams in the counter. Well, very, very interesting indeed, this. Again, missed by a mile and looked disorganized, but not punished by the counter. Right hand and left go through from Medina. And Hamed's defense looks very shoddy indeed in this round. That was Medina's round. Manuel Medina is giving Prince Nassim Hamed the biggest problems, I would say, of his professional career, aside from the knockdown by Daniel Alicia.
He really is. These long-rangey shots, he's out of distance and then he's really stretching in Medina, and it's a very good performance and certainly a good winning round for him there. And we saw Frank Warren during the round got up and he was shouting instructions to Hamed, so I think there's a little bit of concern in the corner.
Fifth round. Hamed again. looking to detonate the power. Medina in round 4 landed 32 punches to Hamed's 7, according to our computer printout.
Again, Hamed just lunges forward, and really he needs more behind that. He needs to use his jab. He's just looking for the long shot from distance, and Medina's just too slick for that.
Well, if Hamed does get out of this with a victory, I think Medina has already showed the camp that there's a lot of things they'll need to work on if he's going to continue to operate among the elite featherweights. To say as well, at this point in the contest, there's a real danger that Hamed could be beaten.
Yes, certainly Medina is right in there, doing very good. He certainly won the last round well.
Certainly looks very composed at the moment, Medina. And Hamed's best hope, you feel, in the exchanges is to again land a punch that can put Medina on the floor, which he is capable of, we know. But in the general action, in this phase of the fight, Medina looks the boss.
Yes, again, he's getting the better of this round. Good long punches. But it's the good movement from Medina that's causing Hamed all sorts of problems.
Good lateral movement, presenting the mobile target, trying not to let Hamed get set. The big man from Tijuana, certainly big for a featherweight anyway. Hamed, that's better from him there. A rare combination gets through. Now there are a few red lights flashing in the Alicia fight, and that impression has rather been confirmed as Hamed has moved significantly up in class here to take on this former two-time world champion, Medina.
And again, so many times he's lunging in Hamed and made to miss.
Welcome back. Well, there are problems here for Naseem Hamed.
Big problems. You see, he's lunging, he's frustrated because he's been made to miss so much, and he's getting hit with punches. And this is a good performance from Medina, really got his boxing together.
Well, can Prince Naseem Hamed find some answers? 6th round, long way to go. Glenn McCrory has Hamed ahead by 1 point. I've got Medina ahead by 1 point at this stage, even with the 10-8 round for Hamed in round 2. We scored the 3rd differently. That's the explanation there. Because the 3 judges are the only ones that count. How are they seeing things?
And now Medina's starting to get cocky. He's starting to drop the hands. He's obviously growing in confidence here.
Medina can sometimes be drawn into a battle, but he would probably be well advised to keep it at range. There he is again, picking off Hamed, outboxing him at the moment, lunging in, getting in with his shots, getting away again, and when he's at range, lots of side-to-side movement. That's better from Hamed. Crisper kind of shot that time.
Because he started and tried just to put a couple together there. Too many single shots from Hamed. He needs to start throwing more. But again, good little punch from Medina. He's just keeping busy, not allowing Hamed to get set.
There's something else here, Glenn, as well. A factor that has rarely come into play with Hamed this far in his career. What's his stamina like? He just seemed to lose his balance momentarily as that left hook came in as well. I don't know whether the legs stiffened a bit. Found a good right hand himself, Hamed. he hasn't certainly been 12 hard rounds, has he? Any time.
He hasn't, but one of the things he's never been made to miss as he is there. He's going to get frustrated. And if he starts getting frustrated, that's what he normally does to his opponents.
Medina felt that the heads came pretty close together there. Just gave a little glance to the referee. Again, catches him and jolts Hamed's head with the jab, and now the referee is taking a look at the cuts around Medina's eyes, which don't appear to me to be appreciably worse than they were any earlier in the fight. Well, this is a bit odd. There was a headbutt. A headbutt, the referee is indicating. Now, has he deducted a point at all here? No point deducted. I think the referee just indicating that there was an accidental clash of heads. Slightly better there from Hamed. Just getting a little bit closer to Medina, who now does have a bit of cuts damage. How serious, it's hard to see. But a couple of cuts. Now let's have a look at we can only see the left eye there, but I think the damage is on to the other eye, which we can't get a good glimpse of really from that angle.
It's certainly during the action it didn't look to get much worse.
Chuck Bodak working in the corner, one of the best cutsmen around. But there's some damage by both eyes, and I think the right eye might be the worst.
He does have very heavy eyelids, and it's difficult to see where there's a cut deep under the eye.
Because of that accidental clash of heads, if the fight had to be stopped because of that cut now, it would mean they would go to the scorecards, and whoever was leading at the time would be the winner.
Just getting wrong there for a little back slap from Hamed.
Hamed getting close on a good right hand, got through there. Medina now finding it harder to keep Hamed at range.
And Hamed trying to set himself here, trying to close the gap in the feet and really trying to land some heavy punches.
And now I think we're into a slightly different phase of the fight, where Prince Naseem Hamed is standing almost toe-to-toe with Medina, and when he does that, he looks much, much more dangerous than when he's lunging and when his timing was so awry.
Medina just getting out a little slower now, and Hamed's landing more punches.
There's no doubt about it, Naseem Hamed went through a pretty dodgy spell around the 4th and 5th rounds when he was being outboxed. But here there could be another little twist in the plot. Oh, punching right uppercut from Hamed, followed it with the left hand too. He's looking more impressive now.
And this is better, but Medina coming back with a good right hand of his own.
But he's beginning to set himself for these shots, Hamed. Now there was a right hand as well. He's making Medina miss almost arrogantly, swaying out of the way of him. Medina is cut. That isn't helping his cause any either.
Good right hands from Medina. He's landing more and more. And they're both prepared to trade now.
Both looking a little more weary in this 7th round, but Hamed has been doing much the more impressive work in this round for my money. Quality shots, and most of them seem to have come from him. There's less of the lunging now. The timing looks a bit better, Glenn.
It's a little bit better. He's starting to put more punches together and he's getting more success. But I think Medina's just starting to tire a little. He's not moving as well as he was in the early rounds.
always so cocksure, Naseem Hamed, and that's very good combination punching from him. Two lefts to the body, another right. Hamed is getting on top. A left hand, and Medina thought for a moment he was going to go down, but the rope supporting his legs look a bit unsteady, but big round for Hamed. Fights of Prince Naseem Hamed's career. But he's had a very big 7th round, and is that the pivotal round, I wonder, Glenn?
I think it could well be. He's looking very tight, starting to get caught with more and more punches, Medina, and Hamed just starting to get a little bit more confidence. He's closing the distance on Medina, and he's starting to land more and more.
At the moment, there's a look on Hamed's face which almost seems to say, well, what were you worried about a couple of rounds ago? I knew I always had it under control. But has he? Will Medina come back again? It's just worth making the point again as Mexican tries to come back.
Good punch from Medina.
He's a man who's often come through these difficult patches.
Every now and again, he just drops his hands, Hamed, and gets caught, and his head's really made to rock about.
Medina's eyes seem to be just closing up a little bit from the cut's damage. Oh, right hand from Medina was a big shot, but he's not the most concussive of punches. Naseem was able to absorb it, but worrying the way he was caught by that. And again with the right hand. He's prepared to walk through those, I think, to try and finish the job here, Hamed. Hamed can't afford to take liberties. He's looking wild again in this round. Somehow that control that was there in the 7th round has deserted him.
Yes, again, he's just trying to load up for the big punch too much, and that's when the speed of Medina just picks him off.
Medina really landed with 2 cracking right hands. Good left hand, though, from Hamed on the counter there, too. Much more even this round.
Good jab from Medina, just knocked the gum shield almost out.
Not sure if it did actually come out, I think.
No, it just came out and then he flicked it back in, but it was a good solid jab.
Fascinating fight. Another, just a little swing in the mood again in this round, with Medina coming back again. This is a man whose spirit is almost impossible to tame, Medina.
Again, the long right hand just rocks the head back.
Medina, who first became a world champion back in 1991 against Troy Dorsey. Made 4 defenses of the IBF title, then won the WBC title last year before losing that to Luisito Espinosa. Get off balance again. Oh, right hand knocks Hamed's gum shield out. He smiles, a rather silly smile at Medina. Bit unsteady on his legs again, a little half smile plays across the lips of Hamed as if to say, not in trouble, but there's a lull in the action, and they will have to put the gum shield back in.
Well, it didn't seem a good time to do it when Medina was in good control there. He'd rocked the head back of Hamed a couple of times, and there was a few danger signals.
I think the referee certainly did Hamed a favour there.
Most
and
definitely.
There comes the bell to end the round. It was not a natural lull in the action. You're right.
He most definitely did Hamed a big favour there, because he'd been hurt, his hands were down. There's again a few danger signs in the Hamed corner. There, a long right hand, rocks the head back. Similar to the first right hand that Alicia threw, but he didn't get the second right hand on Medina.
And you see the gum shield come out, look at that, as it landed. Now, if Azuma Nelson had landed that punch, or Marco Antonio Barrera, I'm not saying it would spell curtains for Naseem Hamed, but he would be in a lot worse shape than fighting a light puncher like Manuel Medina. It's tightish, but Hamed has the home advantage. I wonder whether the judges might just be seeing things his way a bit. What do you think, Glenn?
Well, it's certainly it's right there on the fence, but going by the last round, that was Medina's round, and he's looking good, and Hamed's getting hit more and more.
Ninth round. I have this pretty close at the moment.
Yes, I think I have it poised dead level.
Medina having more success with the landed punches in the fight so far, according to the computer. This is the World Featherweight Championship as recognized by the World Boxing Organization. Glenn has it even at the moment, and a right hand from Hamed has Medina down in the 9th round. Medina nods to his corner. He says he's all right. He's got to get up, though, before the count gets to 10. He just about made that. There can't have been a lot in it. Can Hamed finish it here? Another right and a left hook. Can he become the first man to stop this tough Mexican in 7 years? Medina's almost fighting on instinct at the moment. Hamed still looks fresh. Left hand, and that is not a knockdown. That was only but it was a kind of half push, half slip.
Hamed really looking to load up again. He lunges, but there's still plenty in Medina's head. He managed to avoid that punch.
But that knockdown will have certainly swung things back Hamed's way. And there have been times here when Medina seems to have been teetering on the brink of defeat. Oh, he gets through with a shot of his own again. It rocked Hamed's head back on his shoulders. And the warnings Hamed's had about keeping his gum shield hands low, sometimes counting against him. Again, he found the right hand there. Second time in the round that Medina's been down. And remember, the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. So one more knockdown in this round by Prince Naseem Hamed will give him this fight.
And someone in Medina's corner was trying to wave it over there, but he's sat back down.
Really going for it now here, Hamed. Another left. How did Medina take that without going down? Hamed's power has been the difference here. There have been times when Medina's certainly outboxed him and caught him with some big shots. 2 more right hands. Caught again with a left, then another right, but Medina will not go down for the 3rd time in the round. And there are, just 10 seconds left. He's rocked yet again. Somehow he stays on his feet. He will not buckle, this Mexican. How has he got through this? Unbelievable stuff from Medina to survive that round. Now you know why the world-class men couldn't stop him.
But he shook his head as he went back there. He took a lot of solid punches. At one point it looked as if the corner was going to wave it off, but he survived it all. And even during that point, he still managed to land some good punches, Medina. He landed 2 good ones first, and then Hamed caught him and put him down. There's the long right hand. He just leans out of distance, Hamed, and just as he's reaching round Medina, a long straight right hand. The second knockdown, he's made to miss Medina. He doesn't go down as heavily there, just a short countering punch from Hamed.
Round 10.
It's already the 2nd longest fight of Prince Naseem Hamed's career as they come out for round 10, due to go 12. But that last round was such a big round for Prince Naseem Hamed that it will have given him a fairly useful lead, I'm sure, now on the scorecards. Been a big test. Medina switching from southpaw to orthodox momentarily and back again. Again, looking vulnerable to those right hands.
The long right hand has been a good punch from Medina. Has continuously knocked Hamed's head back. Good chopping right hand there from Hamed.
Such resilience from Medina, but you do have to take your hats off again to the sheer concussive power of Hamed's punching, his hand speed. But there have been big defensive shortcomings about his performance tonight, and against other opponents he might pay for those more dearly.
Again, the good long right hand from Medina.
Oh, left hook from Medina. Looked wide open to it. Good left hook, though, got through again from Hamed. Just got a bit wild in the ensuing follow-up action. Hamed must be wondering how Medina is still there in front of him, but he is. What a good fight as well, Glenn.
An absolute thriller. Medina's landed good punches throughout, but Hamed, the more powerful puncher, just keeps getting the better of it.
Cracking right hand from Hamed as well. He's beginning to, well, he's certainly finding the timing of his own punches now, but he's leaving himself open for so many in this fight that it's worrying, really. Breathing heavily, Hamed. Remember, he does no road work at all. He spurns that conventional wisdom of boxing training. Some have wondered whether that might catch up with him one day in a long fight.
Again, good jabs, good point-scoring punches from Medina, and rocks the head back again of Hamed.
To the point with the news that Manuel Medina has been retired by his corner, and Prince Naseem Hamed has stopped him. The first man to stop Medina in 7 years and 27 fights. Hamed retains his title after a very, very, very tough fight indeed. But in the end, his power told.
Yes, I think that was the difference in the fight. Medina had the skills, Medina had the head for the job, good boxing from him, but the power of Hamed was always the different factor. He just hit too hard for Medina, and finally he just wore him down. But a very good performance from Medina, very tough man. But Hamed, it showed how many faults he has. His chin was too high, his hands were too low, and time again he was caught.
But he has prevailed, and he's done what a lot of other top men couldn't do, and stop Medina. But there are plenty of things for them to work on if he is to carry on in this elite level in the world featherweight division. Prince Naseem Hamed, the 22-year-old from Sheffield, retains the title, but that doesn't begin to tell you the story of a very demanding fight. Back to you, Paul.
Thanks very much to Glenn McCrory and Ian Darragh. They have witnessed with us tonight on Sky Sports 1 a very tense and demanding occasion for Naseem Hamed. But it's still his title. Here's Jimmy Lennon once more.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been stopped by our referee in charge, Gino Rodriguez, at the end of round number 11 in order to protect Medina from suffering further punishment. He's the winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, still WBO featherweight champion of the world, Prince Naseem Hamed.
Only 2 men had lasted beyond 6 rounds before tonight against Naseem Hamed. Manuel Medina is getting a fabulous reception here for his spirited resistance. He didn't quite take him the distance. There were moments when it looked like Medina could possibly score a major boxing upset in world terms here tonight. It wasn't quite to be for Medina, but we won't forget him in a hurry. He may be slightly over the top in terms of achievement in his career, but he is still a genuine world-rated fighter. That much is clear. Barry McGuigan's watched it breathlessly with us tonight. How close a call for Hammett?
I think ultimately a great result for him. One, stopped the guy, he'd never been stopped before. Even John Molina, the great super featherweight, couldn't finish him, so great result. However, the fight was punctuated with big lunges and misses by Hammett, keeping his chin up in the air and missing wildly, and he's a lot of work to do in the gym. He needs a lot of training and honing to make him the complete package.
Thanks, Barry. We'll look at some of the action from the fight again in a moment or two, but let's get a word with the man himself, with Ian Dara. I don't think he's quite ready. He's down there somewhere in the scrum, and Ian's trying to grab his attention. Now they're ready.
Well, here is Prince Naseem Hamed. How satisfying a night's work was that, because it looked like your most demanding fight?
Yeah, well, it's a very good fight for me because he's a very good opponent. I proved myself at the end of the day. I mean, I return here and I'll box Wayne McCullough. They can shout as long as they want for him because I'm going to knock his spark out. I'm going to do it, believe me. He won't fight any fighters like this. I'll fight him and I'll fight any of them. All I'm saying is, end of the day, a W is a W. I'm a winner. No excuses at all. Bad call before the fight, but I ain't got no excuses. End of the day, Manuel Medina was a great fighter. 2 world titles, I proved myself. He's a good fighter, and I took him, and I beat him. End of the day, I split his eye with a very, very good shots.
He hadn't been stopped for 7 years. You're the first man to do that, and he's been fighting world-class featherweights all the way.
I mean, you saw it for yourself. How many times did I put him down? I'm not making no excuses whatsoever, but I have a very, very bad cold before the fight. But end of the day, no excuses, because a W is a W. I'm still champion of the world, and I'll still beat Wayne McCullough, Azum Nelson, all of them.
Were you alarmed, though, Naz, by the amount of times that he was catching you with those right hands? There did seem to be some defensive shortcomings to work on.
End of the day, he caught me some good shots. He's a world-class fighter, but you saw it for yourself. How many times did I put him down? Does he normally get put down like that? No.
The difference was the power and the knockdowns, really, wasn't it? Because it was a tight fight apart from that, didn't you think?
Believe me, if I was feeling perfectly fine before the fight, I took it for the simple reason I want to prove myself and not pull out at the last minute with a chest infection and a cold. But I've got no problem whatsoever.
Are you saying that you weren't really fit tonight?
No, I was very, very fit, but I got a cold 4 or 5 days before the fight. But I'm a champion, I want to give him the chance. I don't back down from any fights. Whatever's wrong with me, I want to get in and prove myself.
You've said many times that you want to go on to be a legend. There's been a lot of chanting from the crowd here tonight for you to fight against the local hero here, Wayne McCullough. Now, is that going to happen?
Of course it's going to happen. Wayne McCullough's got a box, basically. As soon as Frank Warren steps in there and makes the fight, because end of the day, he's hiding in Las Vegas. Look where I am, I'm in his hometown. Frank Warren will tell you, basically, that I'll box him anytime.
So we hope that fight might happen. Thanks very much, Naz. Let's turn to Frank Warren. Frank, by local demand, it almost seems to be they want to see Naseem Hamed against Wayne McCullough. Now, you're the kind of man who can make these things happen. What do you think?
Just ask everybody.
Well, if we could just have a bit of silence, maybe we can hear Frank Warren's answer here. Frank.
Wayne McCullough, in front of all the Irish journalists, and Wayne's sitting over there and he can't deny it, accepted $1 million to fight Naseem Hamed, to fight the Prince here in Ireland. He's accepted it, and I hope he doesn't go back on his word.
And is that fight, do you think, going to happen, or is it just so much speculation?
Wayne McCullough has a piece of paper which he asked for off me. I gave it to him in front of all the Irish journalists who will confirm that. He's accepted the fight. The only way the fight won't go on is if he reneges on what he said he would do in front of at least 10 journalists.
When could we see that?
He can have it when he likes.
Thanks a lot. That's the news from ringside.
Don't you just love boxing? Steve Collins and Barry McGuigan will give us more on their views after this short break.
Bruce Seldon. If I want his title, I gotta beat him. He's champion, and no one knows him. 9 straight knockouts. Got a great jab. Bruce Seldon. It's like a jackhammer. Always to the face. Bruce Seldon. No one knows him. Ha! That's because no one wants to.
Mike Tyson fears no man. But will he conquer the WBA World Champion? Find out Sunday, the 8th of September. Sky Sports 1.
Guess what? Vauxhall are paying me to show how incredibly spacious the 5-door Corsa is. Fine, I said, but we go to Beverly Hills.